confused?
I think I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here. I think we're getting ahead of ourselves here. I think we're getting a little we're getting a little we're getting a little we're getting a little we're getting a we're getting a little we're getting a little we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here.
I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here. Okay.
I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here. I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here. Ahead of ourselves here. I think we're getting a little ahead. We're getting a little ahead. Getting a little ahead. We're getting a little ahead. I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. 어렵다.
Days after my funeral, Lynette replaced her grief with a much more useful emotion.
Tim, this is my 5th message, and you haven't called me back.
Tom, this is my 5th message, and you still haven't called me back.
Tom, this is my 5th message, and you still haven't called me back.
And now that I need some support, you decide to play the mom card?
I had to send Zach back.
We could have gotten in a lot of trouble. We could have gotten in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, well, now Zach's
We
the
could
one who's
have
in
gotten in a
trouble.
lot of trouble.
Flaw of your gender. I get it. Just do me the honor of...
My husband won't admit he's lost in his heart. He's lost in his heart.
Is there a problem? My husband won't admit that he has lust in his heart. Can you give
He's
us a
lost
minute?
in his heart.
She always drank it out of the can. I should have known.
Please don't spoil all this fun.
If you're gonna start with that stuff, we're out of here.
Yes, please don't spoil all this fun.
Please don't spoil all this fun.
Right, thanks. It's Julie. I'm out of here.
Here's the thing. Even if I could get it together enough to ask a woman out,
Here's the thing. Even if I could get it together enough to ask a woman out.
I asked her about it years later, and yeah, that was the signal.
I could have kissed her.
I could have kissed her. But that's the funny thing about destiny. It happens whether you plan it or not.
It happens whether you plan it or not. It happens whether you plan it or not. Whether you plan it. It happens whether you plan it or not. It happens whether you plan it or not. It happens you plan it or not. Everybody thinks they are a good kisser.
Everyone thinks they're a good kisser.
Oh, I've got
Everyone thinks they're
references.
a good kisser. I've seen the signal before. That was not the signal.
I've seen the signal. That was not the signal.
I've seen the signal. I asked her about it years later. I asked her about it years later.
I asked her about it years later, and yeah,
Just text me. All right, that's not gonna happen.
While you're not wearing that outfit.
And wow, you're not wearing that outfit. Okay, I've seen
Wait.
you guys.
You two
get it real, okay?
keep it real.
You two keep it real, okay? You two keep it real. You two keep it real.
could defeat you if it came to a physical confrontation.
I could defeat you if it came to a physical confrontation. I could defeat you if it came to a physical confrontation.
I was being shot at by the fucking Taliban and you were yakking in my ear.
I just asking not to let him off the hook.
I wasn't yakking. I was telling you not to let him off the hook.
I was telling you, not him letting it, not him. I was telling you not to let him off the hook. Let him off the hook.